Hi everyone, Ben here from pixelportable. I hope you're well. It is cozy season once again, and it's pulled me out of my side projects that have caused some delay in my videos. But now cozy season is here, I would like to discuss with you the games I have picked that I am currently playing through this cozy season. Now, for some clarification, my cozy season is about now all the way until end of February, and I plan to play on 5 different systems. I've picked them all out, and my handhelds of choice for this cozy season are going to be the Game Boy Advance, the Nintendo DS, the PlayStation Portable, the 3DS, and the Switch. And I'd like to talk to you about the games I've picked. I'm going to do this in order of age of console. This is not necessarily the order in which I'm going to be playing them, but I'm going to be first off starting with my custom Game Boy Advance SP. No, we're not going to be doing that because that's not what it is. I'm going to be starting off with my Game Boy Advance. And now this one is the special Pixel Portable Game Boy Advance. I made a separate video all about that. I'll chuck it in the description if that interests you. And I'm going to be playing Sword of Mana. In between finishing off my copy of Pokemon Crystal that I've been slowly going through. I'm now in post-game Kanto stuff, but yes, Sword of Mana. Why Sword of Mana? Well, Sword of Mana is a game that I've owned for a really long time. I've played it a couple of times, but I've never played it all the way through. I always got distracted by something else, another game or another thing popped up that took away my attention. But the reason I picked Sword of Mana is simply because just look at these gorgeous graphics. The soundtrack, the graphics, they're all fantastic, and they really do sort of pull you into that early 2000s cozy RPG vibe. And I think that it's going to be a great addition on a rainy day when I'm sat in a cafe or something writing a script or doing some other work, and I can look out the window while playing some Sword of Mana.
Pixel.
So the second console that I'm going to be playing is the Nintendo DS. This is my custom Smoky Shell Nintendo DS Lite. And if I've got the games boxes still, I'll actually show you those. But I will be playing for the first time. Wow, that's upside down. I'll be playing for the first time Zelda. Legend of Zelda, The Phantom Hourglass for the DS. What a pretty looking title screen. It's got some seagulls in, and seagulls are very cool. So with Zelda, The Phantom Hourglass, I have not played this game at all. This is going to be a fresh play for me. I do know a little bit about it. I know that it relies quite heavily on the touchscreen mechanic and has things like being able to take notes when you're doing the dungeon crawling. And I know that you can sail ships and have ship battles, and it looks really, really, really fun. It looks kind of cozy too. But for me, it's definitely about the aesthetic. I really liked Wind Waker on the GameCube, and this has a very similar vibe to that. I don't know, for me, probably because I grew up in the seaside, anything that has like big oceans in is a big hit with me. I'm looking forward to it. So I've not played it, as you know, but you might have played it. So let me know in the comments, what did you think to Phantom Hourglass? Did you enjoy it? Did you think it was a good use of the DS's stylus functions? Would you play it again? Or would you tell me not to play it? Would you say don't waste your time? It's just a mid-game? Maybe you would say that. I don't know. But let me know. I'd be interested in knowing. And how many times can I say no in one sentence? Who knows? So far we've done the Game Boy Advance, we've done the Nintendo DS. So what's next on the menu for me? Well, it's one of those projects that's actually held me up for a little bit over these couple of months since I last posted the video, and that is the PlayStation Portable. I have re-shelled my PlayStation Portable because I wanted to get back into playing PSP games on their original hardware, and I'm glad that I did, because it made me go through my collection and remind me of a game that I played many years ago that I actually thought was really cool, really quite cozy too, and that is Innocent Life, a futuristic Harvest Moon. Now this takes the Harvest Moon genre and sort of tilts it a bit on its head. This is the game that would lead into things like Rune Factory. So as you can expect, it's not solely focused on farming. It has some exploration and RPG elements to it too, which I found quite endearing. You play as if I remember rightly, a robot, in fact, a robot kid who's tasked with looking after an island. And you have different quests and things that you can do, as well as the farming element. So if you're in this for like romance and the dating sim elements of Harvest Moon or, you know, Stardew Valley, you're not going to get that with Innocent Life. But what you will get is a nice amount of farming with a nice amount of exploration and RPG stuff. And I think if you own a PSP, you owe it to yourself to give it a try, especially if you're into farming sim games, because it's a nice twist on the genre. And I never actually played it all the way through, which you'll know is a recurring thing with me. I'm very good at getting 80%, 90% through a game and then getting distracted with something else. But it is very pretty, and for the PSP, I think it's a good shout. I really love UMDs. I just want to side note, I really love UMDs. I love the spinning disc. It reminds me of messing around with CD trays when I was a kid on things like my Sega Sun. I'm trying not to... I always, every year, pick way too many games. I'll pick like 3 for each handheld, and I never get through them all because that's just too much. I overestimate how much free time I have as an adult, I think. I think I'm still stuck in that child brain mentality. The next system is my 2DS XL, and the game that I'm picking for the 2DS XL, or 3DS series, is 𝙋𝙊𝙍𝙍𝙍𝙍. Now, if you've played many 3DS games, and if you're into cozy gaming, you know all about 𝙋𝙊𝙍𝙍𝙍. It's a great little combination. Again, I think it might be the theme with a lot of these games I picked, is they're slight off-brands of known formats. So with this one, it's a town management game with RPG elements. So again, it's like taking something that's well known and beloved, like the Animal Crossing series, and then mixing it with some RPG elements. This is the equivalent to what Stardew Valley is to Harvest Moon. 𝙋𝙊𝙍𝙍𝙍 does a fun job of sort of mixing 2 genres together again. And it's another game that I'm going to be playing through for the not for the first time. I played a couple of hours before, and I know roughly how it works. But graphically, on the 3DS, it looks amazing. If you have a 3DS, and you can get access to 𝙋𝙊𝙍𝙍𝙍, I suggest you give it a go. It's cozy to the max. And it does this great thing with the color palette where I'm not super into hyper vibrant games, but 𝙋𝙊𝙍𝙍𝙍 is so colorful and done so well. And it has a good soundtrack too, so 𝙋𝙊𝙍𝙍𝙍 for the 3DS. Have you played 𝙋𝙊𝙍𝙍𝙍? Again, hit me in the comments if you've played any of these games I'm talking about. If you think they're trash, or if you think they're great, let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. But that puts us onto the last system that I'm going to be playing this cozy season, and that is going to be the Switch. Or in my case, the Switch Lite, because I never owned a full size. Not sure what the right wording is. I only have the Switch Lite. The game that I'm going to be playing, and I will be playing this for the first time, and that is Shin-Chan, Shiro and the Coal Town. Now you might be thinking to yourself, pixelportable, that game is in Japanese. You're holding right there. That is going to be a Japanese game. You're not going to understand it. Your Japanese is not that good. And that is true. It is a Japanese game, and my Japanese isn't that good. However, this is one of those games where if you pay attention to the back of it, which you can't really make it out here, but somewhere in this block of text, if you're using Google Lens or something like that, you can see supported languages. And this is how you can find games that are Japanese that have automatically got English language on them. And the Switch is a smart console that recognizes that I have English language set to my console. When I put a game in that has English language support, it just automatically changes it to that. So yes, this is the Japanese copy of Shin-Chan, but it's going to be played in English subtitles. This makes you feel like you're playing in a Shin-Chan cartoon, and oh, the vibes are incredible. The vibes are off the chart. I mean, if I had to just pick one of these games, if I had to say, okay, pixelportable Ben, you cannot play any, you can only play one of these games, I would hands down pick this as the best pick based on aesthetics alone. And it has all the other little elements that I really like. So it has bug collecting, it has fishing, it has all those things that I personally really enjoy in a cozy game. It's got a slow-paced game, and it looks incredible. Imagine an incredibly cozy looking game. Fantastic vibes, lots to do. But on top of that, it's going to have Shin-chan's writing. It's going to be hilarious. It's going to be hilarious and heartwarming. And I'm really excited. I hope it doesn't let me down. I think if you make a game that looks this good, it's going to be really hard for it to be bad, you know? Even if the story is really, I don't care. Graphically, it's going to be such a pleasure to play through that I think that wouldn't matter. If you've played any of the Shin-chan games, let me know in the comments. Did you enjoy it? Am I bang on the money with my assumption that it's going to be heartwarming, cozy, and fun? Because that's what I'm after when it comes to a cozy game. And that is my last pick. But before we wrap this video up and move on with other stuff, there is something extra I want to talk about. If you're seeing this video right now, there is a really high chance that I've already started streaming on Twitch this game here that you're not going to be able to see. Oh, we're being called. Bean fart. It's called us. Are you well versed in golf, Pixel P? Kids play golf too? Then I bet even I could play. Ah, there we go. We saved that. But you can see it if you go onto my Twitch and check it out. I'll have a link in the description. As always, if you like this video, please give it a like. And if you really like this video, hit me a subscribe so you can see more content like this when it comes out. And I'm going to leave you with some other videos, one of which will be last year's Cozy video, so you can see what I got up to there. And also my Stardew Valley Perfection video, I think. It's going to be cherry-picked videos for the end of this tile screen, because I think that you might enjoy them. If you don't, that's fine. Please have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.